Hi, my name is Pennington, and welcome to the Epic Living blog. Today's video post is about life. Some time ago, I had a friend of mine ask me, how do your readers handle it when you veer off into those areas that are more personal, that really don't have a lot to do specifically with leadership development, or business commentary, entrepreneur advice, since that's primarily what Epic Living does as a business. And it got me thinking, how do people feel about that? I haven't lost any readers, so I have a feeling when I veer off into those areas, I may be touching on something that's really, really important. And that is the pursuit of a great life. How to manage life. You see, for all of our career pursuits, for all the things that we desire to become in that venue, having a great life is really what we want. Whether it's measured in family, whether it's measured in our health, measured in our relationship with God, whatever it may be, that's the thing that we really want to say is going great. We don't articulate it always. And I'll tell you one of the biggest saboteurs of why we don't, and why we actually find it very difficult to create a great life, is career and work. In my book, Waking Up in Corporate America, I talked about the idea of life was never meant to help you create a great career. It's the other way around. We've got it turned around in our age today. Work is designed to help you have a great life. Now, we don't articulate that either. And some of us may figure that's a little difficult to stomach. Maybe it's because the boss you have, or just the organizational culture that you work in. You may have a situation where you've been threatened that you're going to be fired if you don't do X and don't do Y. Well, let me give you some very pointed and direct advice. If you work in an organization that feels the need to control you at every turn, you're more than likely in a slave-master situation. You might as well be working on a plantation. I'm sorry, I don't mean to diminish the tragedy that is slavery, but I find it fascinating when a boss won't let you get out for 2 hours to go to your son or your daughter's school play, come on. You're going to tell me that the life fortunes of your organization is based on the 2 hours that you took out to do something for your kid? There's a problem there. That's almost borderline psychotic. But I digress. It does come down to choices, though. We choose our careers, we choose our workplaces, our employers. As much as we hear about how bad the economy is, where you work, you made a choice. You signed something. You said yes to some offer, so there you are. So it tells me that we're in a position where we can have some control over what we do, who we work for, and what it does. Now, I'm not advocating that you just jump out of your current employer because they're bad today and just walk out. No, please don't. I hope you've got some people around you that are giving you good, solid advice, and you can begin the plan of moving on. And maybe that moving on will be, hey, I'm going to pay off a lot of debt, and therefore I'll free myself up to make less money, and I can do something that's more rewarding to me intellectually, spiritually, than what I'm doing now. That's a process. That's one you should take. Or maybe it's just the age-old process of recruiting, finding someone out there who's looking for somebody, and begin to network. Begin the process of saying, actually, making the decision, I'm going to be involved in a career that's going to support a great life. Because you see, when you come to the end of your days, that's what's going to matter. I'll give you an example from my personal life. I believe that everything I'm involved in should have weight in eternity. If you followed my blog for any amount of time, you probably are not going to be surprised by me saying that eventually I'm going to stand before God. And He's going to look me in the eye and He's going to ask me, what did you do with this gift I gave you? I want to be able to answer well. So I have a choice today. I can be involved in certain things that'll support a great answer at that point, and quite frankly, happiness now. But the choice is mine, just like it is for you. So what will you do today? I'm going to give you a few little tips that I think can help you. The first is, if you go back to my archives, you can see a video post I did last week about stopping to determine what's most important to you. I think that's vital in this journey. It's vital for you to know what that is and stay allegiant to it. That's a key to creating a great life. Another thing that I think is very, very important, and goes back to the career thing. Make your choice carefully. Find out as much as you can about that organization and the culture. A little thing as small as looking at the body language of the person that you're interviewing with can tell you a lot about the organization. I won't elaborate too much on that here, but it's these small things, these small steps. And then lastly, have somebody around you that's willing to ask you the tough questions. For example, if you said that my family is second only to my health, or second only to my relationship with God, whatever it may be, maybe it's number one. Have somebody around you that's willing to ask you, okay, if they're number one in your life, how much time have you set with your wife to just have a conversation in a given week? Are you being consistent with throwing ball with your son in the yard? Those tough questions will help you. And yes, sometimes they will hurt you, but they're designed to build you up. They're designed to help you to stay accountable to this thing called a great life. I hope this has helped you today, and I look forward to talking with you soon in our next video post. Take care.